The morning begins with excitement at the zoo. Word spreads quickly through the crowd. Nora, the beloved silverback female, has gone into labor. Visitors rush to the gorilla enclosure, children pressing eager faces against the glass, parents whispering in awe. The staff, though nervous, are prepared. This is what they've been waiting for. Inside the habitat, Nora paces in slow, deliberate circles. Her massive frame shudders with each contraction. She lowers herself against the stone wall, gripping at the ground, her breath heavy and strained. Keepers watch closely from behind the barrier, their radios buzzing with clipped updates. "Contractions are strong," Clara, the head zookeeper, murmurs into her headset. Her face is calm, but her eyes betray tension. She should be progressing soon. The crowd is hushed, watching every movement. Mothers in the audience whisper to their children, "Look, she's having her baby, just like people do." The air is electric with anticipation, every breath held for the miracle about to arrive. But minutes turn to an hour, then another. Nora groans deeply, sinking onto her side. She pushes, strains, then collapses back in exhaustion. Her chest heaves, her dark eyes glazed with fatigue. Clara frowns, glancing toward Dr. Lewis, the lead veterinarian, standing ready with his kit. "This isn't right," Clara says softly. She should have delivered by now. Dr. Lewis presses a stethoscope to the glass, his jaw tightening, her labors stalled. "If the baby doesn't come soon, we could lose them both." The weight of his words hangs heavy from the crowd murmurs ripple, confusion spreading. A child asks loudly, "Is the baby coming?" A mother shushes him quickly, her own voice trembling. The visitors can sense it. Something is wrong. Nora shifts again, gripping her stomach. Her face contorts in pain. With a guttural cry, she tries to push once more, but her body gives way and she collapses against the dirt floor. A streak of blood stains her fur. Gasps echo from the audience. Parents pull children back from the glass, shielding them. The joyful mood is gone, replaced by panic. Inside, Clara slams her fist against the wall. She's fading. "Lewis, what do we do?" The veterinarian's voice is low, clipped. If she can't deliver naturally, we'll have to intervene. But sedation in her condition could kill her. And if the baby's in distress, he shakes his head grimly. It may already be too late. Nora lies still, her chest rising unevenly, her great hand claws weakly at the ground, her groans deep and broken. Clara presses her palms against the barrier, her voice trembling. "Come on, girl. Fight. You can't give up now." Behind her, the crowd is silent. Dozens of eyes wide with fear. The moment that was supposed to be a celebration has turned into a nightmare. And as Nora shudders with another failed push, the truth is undeniable. This is no longer just a birth. It's a battle for survival. Alarms blare across the gorilla wing as keepers rush into action. The crowd outside is ushered back, though many refuse to move, too stunned to tear their eyes away. Inside, the air is thick with dread. Nora lies on her side, groaning weakly. Her powerful chest heaves in uneven rhythm, her arms twitching against the dirt floor. Every movement is slower, weaker. Beside her, a dark pool begins to stain the ground. Clara unlocks the service gate, her voice sharp through the radio. "We're going in. Get medical gear now." "Clara, wait." Tom, the assistant keeper, grabs her arm, eyes wide. "If we startle her in this state, she won't survive if we don't." Clara snaps, shaking him off. Her face is pale, but her eyes burn with resolve. From the corridor, Dr. Lewis strides in with a stretcher, a tranquilizer gun slung over his shoulder, and a medical kit in his hands. His jaw is tight, every step measured. "She's losing blood. We intervene now, or we lose both mother and infant." Tom pales. "Then sedate her. Just do it before she hurts herself more." Dr. Lewis's voice hardens. "If I put her under in this condition, her heart may not restart. Sedation could kill her faster than the labor will." He sets his kit down, pulling on gloves with deliberate calm. Manual delivery is our only chance. Clara swallows hard. Then we do it. The team slips into the enclosure. Hearts pounding, Nora groans, shifting weakly as the humans approach. Her eyes flutter open, cloudy with pain, and lock onto Clara. For a moment the world holds still. Clara kneels, her voice low and trembling. "It's okay, girl. We're here. We're going to help you." Nora lets out a faint rumble. Not aggression, but something softer, broken. She doesn't lash out. She doesn't resist. She simply lays her head down on the dirt, her chest rising shallowly. The crowd outside gasps. For many, this is the first time they've seen a wild creature surrender so completely. Dr. Lewis kneels by her side, his hands quick and precise as he assesses. His brow furrows. "The infant's stuck. We'll have to reposition." Tom hovers nearby, trembling. "If she thrashes, she won't." Clara interrupts sharply. Her hand rests gently on Nora's arm, steadying her. She knows she's letting us try. The tension in the enclosure is unbearable. Sweat drips from foreheads. Radios buzz with clipped updates. And behind the glass, the crowd has gone utterly silent. Dr. Lewis works quickly, his movements delicate but urgent. Nora lets out another low moan, her entire body trembling. Clara whispers softly, "Stay with us. Stay strong for your baby." Minutes stretch into eternity. The weight of life and death hangs heavy. Finally, Dr. Lewis looks up, his voice sharp and clear. "I've got the baby. We're delivering now." The crowd erupts in gasps. Staff hold their breath. And as the fragile form of newborn Cleo finally begins to emerge, no one knows if either mother or child will survive the next few seconds. The enclosure is silent, but for the frantic movements of the medical team. Dr. Lewis braces himself, his gloved hands working with desperate precision. Sweat runs down his temple as he gently pulls free the fragile body of the newborn. The crowd outside gasps. For a moment awe mixes with relief, but then horror. The infant gorilla Cleo lies limp in his hands. Her tiny chest does not rise. Her skin looks pale beneath the fine, dark fur. No sound comes from her tiny mouth. Tom's voice cracks, breaking the silence. "She's not breathing." Clara clamps a hand over her mouth, tears filling her eyes. "No, please, no." Dr. Lewis acts, and then, as if from the depths of silence, a thin cry pierces the air, high-pitched, weak, but alive. The crowd outside erupts. Cheers, sobs, applause flooding the air. Parents hold their children tighter. Strangers cling to each other, overwhelmed. Dr. Lewis exhales sharply, shaking his head in disbelief. She made it against all odds. She made it. Clara presses her forehead to the glass, tears streaking her cheeks. "Nora, she's alive. Your baby's alive." Nora's eyes flicker open wider. Her chest rises deeper than before. A faint hum escapes her throat, soft but purposeful. Dr. Lewis gently lifts the newborn, wrapping her in the towel. He looks to Clara, his voice steady but filled with awe. "Get her to her mother now." Clara takes Cleo carefully, cradling the tiny body against her chest as she approaches Nora. The infant whimpers softly, rooting for warmth, and though Nora is weak, her trembling hand reaches slowly toward her child. The fight for life is not over, but for the first time, hope fills the air. The enclosure is heavy with silence, broken only by the soft cries of the newborn. Cleo whimpers faintly in Clara's arms, her tiny fingers curling weakly into the folds of the towel. Every eye, keepers, vets, and the hushed crowd outside is fixed on one thing. Will Nora survive long enough to meet her baby? Nora lies sprawled on her side, her chest rising shallowly, her body trembling with weakness for a terrifying moment. It seems she may fade before her newborn even touches her skin. Clara kneels beside her, voice thick with emotion. "She's here, Nora. Your baby's alive. You fought for her." Nora's eyes flutter open, heavy and glazed, but they lock on the bundle in Clara's arms. A sound escapes her throat. Not a roar, not a growl, but a low, vibrating hum. A mother's call. Clara's tears spill as she leans closer. Slowly, gently, she lowers Cleo toward her mother. "Take her, Nora. She's yours." Dr. Lewis and Tom watch in tense silence, ready to intervene if Nora doesn't have the strength. The crowd outside leans forward as one, hundreds of faces pressed to the glass. Nora stirs. With monumental effort, she pushes against the dirt floor, her massive arm trembling as she raises it. Her hand, broad and scarred, trembles inches from Cleo. For one heartbeat, time stops. Then Nora curls her fingers gently around her child and pulls her to her chest. Gasps erupt across the zoo. Visitors weep openly, phones shaking as they record. Nora cradles Cleo close, rocking her softly against her breast. The infant whimpers once, then roots instinctively, finding warmth and comfort against her mother. Nora lowers her head, pressing her lips tenderly to the baby's fur. She knows her, Clara whispers through sobs. She knows her baby. Dr. Lewis exhales, his shoulders sagging. "I didn't think she had the strength, but she's doing it. She's really doing it." Tom wipes his face with his sleeve, voice cracking. "I thought we'd lose them both, but she wanted to live for her." Then comes the moment that leaves everyone breathless. Nora, still weak but resolute, shifts her weight and rises slowly to a sitting position. With Cleo pressed securely against her chest, she turns toward the glass where the crowd watches in stunned silence. She lifts her baby high, presenting her for all to see. The crowd erupts in sobs and applause, strangers clutching one another as tears stream down their faces. Mothers hold their children tighter. Fathers bow their heads in reverence. The miracle has unfolded before them. A mother once on the brink of death, now showing her child proudly to the world. Nora hums softly, her chest vibrating with a deep, soothing rumble. She brings Cleo back to her chest, rocking her gently, her eyes brighter than they've been all day. Clara covers her face, overwhelmed. She wanted everyone to know she made it. They both made it. And as the zoo fills with cries and cheers, Nora sits regal in the center of her enclosure, a mother victorious, her newborn nestled safe in her arms. The days that follow feel like a blur. What began as terror transforms into celebration, not just inside the zoo, but across the world. The video of Nora cradling her newborn Cleo after her near-death labor spreads like wildfire. Headlines declare, "Mother Gorilla survives complicated birth. Baby lives." News anchors choke back tears as they replay the moment she lifted her child to the glass for all to see. Inside the zoo, the atmosphere is transformed. Families who once came only to watch now arrive with flowers, drawings, and stuffed animals left outside the gorilla enclosure. Children press notes against the glass in messy handwriting. "Stay strong, Nora. We love you and your baby." But for the staff, the memory is still raw. Clara visits the enclosure daily, watching as Nora gently nurses Cleo, humming low rumbles that resonate deep in her chest. She leans against the railing, whispering, "You're stronger than any of us ever imagined." Dr. Lewis conducts careful checks, making sure both mother and baby are thriving. Each time Nora allows him near, her dark eyes calmer now, her body language protective but not aggressive. "She trusts us," he murmurs one evening. "She remembers what we did." Tom, once so panicked, now lingers at the enclosure long after his shifts. He laughs quietly when Cleo clings to Nora's fur and attempts her first squeaks. "She's a miracle baby," he says softly. Both of them are outside. Visitors continue to flock, drawn not by spectacle, but by reverence. They gather in silence, watching a mother and her child resting together, framed by golden light streaming through the enclosure. It is not just an exhibit anymore. It is a living symbol of survival, of trust, of miracles. One afternoon, Nora does it again. She rises, Cleo nestled against her chest, and approaches the glass. Hundreds of visitors press forward, hushed with deliberate grace. Nora lifts Cleo high, holding her up as the infant lets out a faint squeak. The crowd erupts into tears. Phones capture the moment, but no lens can fully hold the weight of it. The triumph of a mother who nearly died, now showing the world her living proof of victory. Clara wipes her face as she whispers to a nearby keeper. She wants everyone to know she made it, that they both made it. In the weeks to come, zoos, sanctuaries, and conservation